What's up, guys? So, recently I've been playing this game called Monster Strike. It's a mobile game for your iPhone, Galaxy, whatever, and it's pretty fun. But the problem is, I came up to some hard parts in the game, such as the vents or whatever, and turns out I needed some help in it. So, I was looking online and I couldn't find any hacks, so I decided to actually make a video on how to hack Monster Strike. So as you can see here is well my home screen for my phone, and first thing to do is you're gonna need a program called Game Killer. There's an English one online. I might link in the description below. But yeah, what this does is it essentially edits certain values in the memory when you're playing the game. So what you want to do is first install it and all that. I have it right here, Game Killer right there, and you need a rooted phone for this. Unfortunately, you see it comes up, says it needs an application. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna open up Monster Strike right over here. As that's loading up, I'm gonna explain how this is gonna work. What some of the things it can do is give you infinite strike shots and affect how many times a person on your team goes. Now, I'm gonna start up the game right here. And if you click on the little key up above, it's gonna tell you what's currently loaded to, and as you can see up there, Monster, which is the game I am going to show you how to cheat. Anything you do here, I'm not liable for. So if your account gets banned, that's not my problem. If you spent like $1 million on those goddamn orbs that don't give you the good stuff, then well, that's not my problem. So here you can see my team. It's not that great. It's pretty bad actually, aside from maybe Nobunaga. But so what I want to do for strike shots is I'm gonna start up a. Whoops. I'm just gonna sell this real quick because it's getting in the way. Okay. Now I'm gonna start up a game, and it's just gonna be an easy one so I could demonstrate how this is done. So I'm just gonna go to enter the fray, Spirits of the Volcano, get some putty, and yeah, start the game. Everything's all normal, and this is how it starts. What you want to do now is look at the cooldowns on the person that you want the strike shot on. All right, so let's say my friend over there or the helper that I'm using, his Napoleon. I want to have an infinite strike shot. 26 turns is too long to wait. So what I'm gonna do is open up Game Killer, look up the value 26 right here, and as it's searching, it's gonna search up a large amount of numbers in the memory, 7,553. Now, I don't know which one of that actually edits the amount for Nobunaga. I mean, Napoleon. So I'm gonna take a turn and change that number. Now you see after you play a turn, it's going to change to 25. Now what I'm going to do is look up the number 25 now. So out of those numbers of the 7,000, two of them actually changed to become 25 as well. Now these are the numbers that affect Nobunaga's cooldown. And let's say I want that number to be 0. I'm going to make that cooldown to be 0. So that the amount of turns it would take to have Napoleon's strike shot available is 0. As you can see, if you can see it behind the little keyboard in the bottom, it changed from 25 to OK, meaning I could do that anytime. And what I'm going to do, I could lock these values, but unfortunately it sometimes crashes the game after I'm done with the level. So I'm going to show you right now what it does. And I'm just going to throw these out hopefully not kill everything, so I could show you how many times I could get an infinite amount of um, strike shots. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna try to miss this one. Try not to kill everybody. In fact, I'm just gonna do that. Throw one out. See, activated. So that's great. Hopefully it doesn't kill everybody, and it kills everybody. But you can take my word for it that it really does give you infinite strike shots as long as you keep editing these two values. You see, it jumped up back to 26 because that is Napoleon's cooldown on her strike shot. So you just keep changing that or locking it to get the amount where you get infinite strike shots. So there's another hack or cheat where it allows you to change who gets to go in a turn. Now I'm going to explain that in the next game real quick. Also, for gold acquired and experience earned, there are ways to somewhat use them to cheat, but I wouldn't recommend it. As well as stamina and orbs and gold. Unfortunately, you can't really hack those because it only changes the number that's shown on your screen and it doesn't actually give you the amount of orbs that you get. So I'm going to show you how to have infinite turns on somebody. I'm going to go into solo. Again, I'm going to go into another normal game. I'm going to go into this. Let's go into a harder one this time, but not too hard. Let's go to Mr. Hotfoot because double item drops today. I'm going to go to this one. And now over here, the values have changed. They change every time. So every time you want cheats, you're going to have to open up and search it again, which isn't honestly too hard to search it up. It's pretty easy, in fact. So there's not much to do. So you start up a new game, and it's connecting. And what I'm gonna do is search up the number 1 when it starts. So I'm waiting for it to start. It's loading. It takes a while, but what this cheat I'm about to show you does is that it makes whoever you want go. Do you see my Nobunaga? She is my 3rd player. So what I'm gonna do is look up 1 first. Whoops, I searched it up over the values from last time. So I'm gonna search it again. Now, what I'm trying to search right now is the person that's going right now. If you can see in the bottom left, my dear Laura is the one that's currently glowing. So I'm going to make her go. Unfortunately, it's going to kill everyone, so I can't really demonstrate it. And now it's going to be Matilda. So out of the 120,000 items, I'm going to search up ones that are currently in the value of 2. Now, 2 represents the person's turn right now. Matilda's turn is 2. Dear Laura is 1. Now is now Nobunaga's turn, who is number 3. It goes from numbers 1, 2, 3, and then 0 for your helper. Now, 3 of these numbers, I believe all of them are Nobunaga's turns, so that if I were to change all the variables to 2, it would go back to Matilda's, but I don't want to do that because it sometimes crashes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock these values in. What this does is that Nobunaga will be able to go for as long as she wants. The numbers available that you could actually lock in is 1 for your first person, but 2 for your second person, 3 for your third person. In this case, I'm going to demonstrate for Nobunaga. 0 for your helper, which doesn't seem to really work because it always defaults back to 1. And if you were to put 4, it'd be your opponent's turn infinitely, and the only way out of that is to exit. So I'm just going to shoot out a Nobunaga's turn, hit that. It still goes to her turn, but what it should do is that it will make it, again, Nobunaga's turn after this. It's not doing that right now for some reason, but it should have. There. Oh no. Apparently, I've accidentally set it so that my friend's helper Napoleon gets it infinitely amount of times. But it's honestly not a bad thing because most of the helpers are really strong. So I guess they must have patched it at the time that I made this video where 0 would be Dear Lotta, number 1 would be Matilda, 3 would be Nobunaga, and I mean 3 would be Napoleon, and 2 would be Nobunaga. But as you can see, my helper is going an infinite amount of turns as many times as she wants. And this hack is really good when you have infinite strike shots because you are able to use whichever person you deem the most strongest or the most powerful as many times as you want with infinite strike shots. Basically, making this game pretty much easier than it should be. Now, I'm gonna finish this up real quick, and you know, so yeah, that was basically the 2 cheats that are pretty easy to do using Game Killer or any other memory editor that you can use, and on a rooted Android for the game Monster Strike. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, favorite, subscribe, and yeah.